1-869-452 and 1-866-6775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are... it's celebrating. I mean, we've been celebrating for several days now. National Missouri Day. Yeah, not a whole lot of excitement there. Spaghetti Day, Mitchell, that's for you. National Trivia Day. Okay, I'm not very good at trivia. Thank God it's Monday.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody that ever says, thank God it's Monday. I mean, I've heard, thank God it's Friday, hump day, Thursday's the new Friday. But thank God it's Monday?
What's the big idea?
Yeah, that's probably not something that we're going to be celebrating too frequently here on Ron Siegel Radio. But let's take a look at let's go to the markets are doing. The Dow Jones Industrial Average now down 596 points. Ow! Yeah, that's a little bit painful. What do we got going on here, guys? I think we got some mic. I don't think the microphone's like me this morning. I guess the microphone's still taking a break here. So the Dow Jones now down 600 points. I think we've gone over that already. Ow! The S&P 500 down 73.70. NASDAQ down 255. Oil down 91 cents. Do we want to look at what oil's doing? What effect that has? We're in Venezuela, so it may not matter too much, but let's take a look and see what's going on. What are the oil markets doing to us? I'll have to figure out what this static is that's coming through my headset right now. That would be kind of nice if we can get rid of that. But $2.25.6 a gallon now is the average of a gallon of gasoline nationwide. At $1 for Venezuela, yeah, we're at $3.25 a gallon. They're still at $1.92.5 in Mississippi. Hey, you look down there at these Eastern Sun Belt, looks almost all under $2. Texas under $2. Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. Tennessee's just a little bit over, but all right around $2 a gallon. And we're sitting here at $3.25 a gallon.
Nothing like a little air superiority.
Yeah, that's Venezuela for you. Let's take a look. The interest rate market, 10-year Treasury now at 0.908, down just a little bit today. So that one's not good news right there. So we're watching that for you as well. We'll check it out. We'll continue to see what happens on that one, but not really the best of news if we're thinking about that area. But let's continue our journey. What else is going on in the world today? We got what's driving these markets? That's the big question that a lot of people are asking, and it's a pretty simple question. And the markets were opened up. I think they were up a little bit this morning when the markets first opened. And then they took a big drop south. Why was that happening? Well, came out with news that maybe the elections in Georgia are not going the way many had hoped they would go, right? Because the idea here was if they could get them to go to the Republicans, that would cause gridlock in Washington. We wouldn't have to be worried about so much of the radical thinkings of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But it looks like right now the Democrats have taken the lead in the latest 12, 24 hours. So that's where the issue is. I'm looking at David Perdue. Yeah, he's out with on COVID issues, but he's at 48.8. John Ossoff, 49.1. So he's got 0.3. Obviously, there is quite a bit of room right there. Kelly Loeffler said, according to Trafalgar, Kelly Loeffler's up a little bit over Raphael Warnock. But if you remember Trafalgar, he was the first one to tell us that President Trump would win, but Philadelphia would have to have 5% win rate for President Trump to cover for the fraud. Well, I guess the Trafalgar group was probably right, because they did have supposedly there's been a lot of fraud, and we'll see about that. Love watching what's going on in these ideas with these races, though, because the fascination that I have is just watching the maneuvering. And yes, the Congress will be voting on the 6th, so that'll be the day after tomorrow, obviously. They'll be voting on whether or not they want to certify or accept the electoral counts. So that'll be done by Congress. There is about the last number I saw, 140 Republicans are saying that they're going to vote against certification of certain states. There are about a dozen senators who are saying they are going to vote against it. A group led by Ted Cruz. Now, Ted Cruz is a pretty bright guy. So here's what his thought is the states that are in question, there's no question about the fact that there's 60 or 70 million people who feel that the election was not honest, was not fair, was not counted properly. Whether that's true or not, we don't know, but those people are entitled to their feelings. So what Senator Cruz has come up with is, hey, let's take these states where there is so much controversy. California, no controversy, right? Who cares about California? It's a lost cause. Regardless of the precise numbers, California is going to always, or right now for the near future, going to go Democrat as long as people continue to stay here, although many are not staying here. I just saw latest numbers this morning. Again, you're not going to see this at many places. Top 3 states where they have population losses. New York lost 126,000 people last year. Illinois lost 79,000 people. Number 3, California usually leads the way here, but number 3, California at 69,000 lost citizens, and that would be just for the year. Top 3 there. And I've shared with you many, many times that I enjoy watching some data. I'm a data nerd, so I'm constantly looking at data. I'm constantly looking at information to share with you. Well, one of the websites that I go to on a regular basis is something called howmoneywalks.com, howmoneywalks.com, because that gives us information on what the rich and famous are doing. How are they, because they can go wherever they want. I mean, you look and you see, okay, you've got certain areas that people are just going to and people are leaving from. California, we say, let's increase taxes. So what is money doing? Well, money is leaving California. And the number right now, from between the years of 1992 to 2018, that's the latest numbers they have on record, $73.5 billion a year in income, adjusted gross income, leaves the state of California. Now, that's where the tax money is coming from. So as we get Governor Newsom and others who continue to raise taxes, Garcetti, all these other people that say, let's keep on raising taxes. Well, who are they raising taxes on? Because the people that pay taxes, the people that are paying the vast majority of taxes, they're saying adios. They're going to Nevada. They're going to Texas. They're going to Arizona. They're going to Oregon. They're going to Washington. Unfortunately, what are they doing to those states? Well, they're turning those states blue because they just left a blue state. Let's see if we can go and goof up another state. Where do people come to California from? Yeah, you guessed it. New York, Illinois, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Guess there's only a few states that have higher taxes than we do in Calizuela. So that's where the money is coming right into Calizuela. And we are losing $73.5 billion every single year. How long can that continue? Well, obviously, we continue to do the same things and expect different results. Look at what's happening with the shutdowns, right? So Los Angeles now says anybody traveling into LA needs to quarantine for 10 days. But I saw this chart that came out from the CDC. I did share it on our social media channels today. Now, arguably, we had the biggest hysteria ever in 2020. But does that correlate to legitimacy? Again, I am going to, according to the CDC, and these are numbers as of December 30th, 2020. So there was 1 day left in the year. I don't know whether it's made the difference. But in the years 2020, 2019, 2018, and 2017, in the United States, covering the entire country, there was 0.9% deaths per 100,000 people. And you do it based on some sort of metric to try and keep the numbers. So you adjust the numbers based on population, right? Because if the population goes up, you have to assume more people would be counted in. But if you adjust to keep the base the same, that 100,000 population, going back to 2010 all the way to 2016, deaths per 100,000 was 0.8. So basically no change from 2010 all the way through and including 2020. Yet what is the difference? Right? We've shut down the economy. We've put millions of people out of work. We've put thousands of 100,000s of businesses under. We've lost so much. People going crazy, stir crazy, sitting at home. All the fighting, all the bickering. Why? Because we went from in 2010. This is because percentages you might not be able to fathom. Here's the raw numbers. 2010, there was 798 deaths per 100,000 in the country. All the way to 2020, that increased all the way up to 878 per 100,000. So that's what, about 80, a difference of 80. 80. Not 800, not 8,000, 80. The death rate has not really changed significantly, but the death of our businesses has. Watch what the media is telling you. How easy are you going to be willing to give up your liberty? I just throw that out there for your consideration. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, got a lot to chat with you about 3 must-dos when selling your house, why credit matters during retirement, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Real Estate Radio is hosted by local real estate and finance expert Ron Siegel. The purpose of this show is to help consumers understand what's really going on in our local real estate market. We're teaching you the why and the how-to, so you'll always be one step ahead of everyone else. Whether you need to sell your home for top dollar, refinance and save money, or even buy a bargain in Southern California, Ron Siegel can help. Call Ron directly at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Take advantage of speaking with Ron anytime you're entering a real estate transaction. Having someone who can answer all of your questions that truly cares about you and your family's best interest is priceless. Call Ron Siegel today and you'll be glad you did. 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or you can visit realestateradio.com for more info.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next mortgage, any sort of mortgage, Geneva Financial, they've got the programs and the products. Website, ronismylender.com, or text My Home Mortgage to 79564, My Home Mortgage to 79564. What is happening in the markets today, the mortgage markets and the markets in general? Well, we watch that for you all the time, as I shared with you earlier. The Dow Jones down now 631 points, 631. Yeah, and that's a painful number. We don't like that one. The NASDAQ down 300 points. S&P 500 down 75.03. Mortgage-backed securities are up ever so slightly. And the 10-year Treasury, that is at 0.951. And as I share with you all the time, you can find all that on the super secret website. Easy for me to say on this Monday morning. You'll find that on the super secret website, google.com. Why is it happening? That's the question that you listen to Ron Siegel Radio for. Well, the Georgia Senate elections on Tuesday. That's top of mind for many investors because it can affect tax policies, likely determine the direction of trading. And it's going to import, we're going to come out with a forecast in the next week or so for 2021. Usually I like to do that at the end of the prior year, but with the uncertainty of the election, mainly the Georgia race and what that'll mean for the United States Senate, well, we hold off on that a little bit. But so far, it's a quiet news day, but this is jobs week. So the ADP jobs report is due out on Wednesday, the BLS jobs report on Friday. Not looking for a whole lot of excitement from those. The estimates are calling for 165,000 new jobs on the ADP report, 100,000 on the BLS report. Not good numbers. They're showing that the economy and the job market is slowing down. Unemployment rate is expected to remain at 6.7%, and the Fed minutes from the 16th of December going to come out on Wednesday. Generally, those Fed minutes are not good news for the mortgage-backed security market, but we'll see what they have to do, especially right now, because the Fed minutes, what they're talking about and what they're doing, seem to be a bit of odds between the two of them. They're talking about $40 billion in purchases per month, and they're doing about 25 to 30 billion per week. So how does that add up? So we'll continue to watch those, see what happens in those worlds as we continue to progress. That's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Geneva, they've got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. And I've got, if you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, if you're watching us on any of our social media streams or the KMET AM 1490 ABC News and Talk video, you're going to see that I've got running right across the bottom of our screen all the contact information to get to our friends at Geneva Financial. RonIsMyLender.com or My Home Mortgage. Texting that, no spaces, to 79564. So what else is going on in the world? Well, right now we always like to look at credit. That's a big issue. So we're going to talk a little bit about credit, and we're going to also talk a bit about real estate today. New Year's resolutions for credit empowerment. So obviously right at the very beginning of the year, New Year can be a great time to take stock and set goals that might change your life for the better. If you're not happy with your credit standing at the moment, let's look at a New Year's resolution to keep better understanding what's impacting your credit. Credit health is important because it can save you money and open the door to opportunities you might miss out on otherwise. Of course, everyone's credit situation is unique, like a digital fingerprint. That means figuring out what you need to know about your individual credit situation may require a little research. Thankfully, some basic credit resolutions have worked well for others in the past. Below are 5 New Year's resolutions for credit empowerment that may inspire you to create your action plan for the coming year. Number 1, resolve to be informed. The first step is to know where you stand. That's why it's wise to check both your FICO scores and your 3 credit reports, and do that often. I use myfico.com, myfico.com. Yes, I pay for it. I don't represent them. I don't get any referral fees, nothing like that. I use it for my family to watch and see what's happening with the scores. I share that with our private clients as well. I want them to all be looking at myfico.com. Well worth the money. Now, you don't have to go to the most expensive option like I've done, because I like to find out what's exactly going on with my scores. So what does that mean? So on the plan that I have, I actually get a notice every time my FICO score changes, every single time. I don't mind that, because what that allows me to do is see what caused that to change. Why did my FICO change? And does it give me exactly what it is? Nah, not quite exactly. Because I've shared in prior broadcasts, sometimes things happen that we don't expect to happen, or the scores will move in an unexpected direction. But I look at I have the Premier account So I'm paying, yes, I am paying that $40 a month. They've got account for $20 a month as well. But what I want to know is what's happening on my score so I can report that to you, right? I can tell you that when I went below 30% utilization rates, scores tend to go up. You can see all these things. You don't need that. What I want you to know is, where are your scores now? Let's get a baseline. Let's see what's affecting your score. Sometimes it's just an issue that there's not enough credit data on you, right? So we've got some private clients that bought new houses the end of last year. They had to go into a program that probably was not the best program for them long term. It was the best program for them short term. But then, just as I am sharing with you right now that we want to find a game plan for you and that resolve to be informed, I told them the same thing. I said to them, let's look at how we can get your scores up. We're going to talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, more about New Year's resolutions for credit empowerment. We'll talk about it. We've also got a real-time real estate segment that we're going to share with you today. I like this one as well, although I should like him because I help develop and produce the show. But we're going to actually chat about 3 must-dos when selling your house. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi, we're here with Ron Siegel, the host of Real Estate Radio. Ron, welcome to the studio. Give us insight as to what your show is all about.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for having me. Thanks for asking me that question. The reason we developed Real Estate Radio is right now there's an abundance of misinformation out there. So Real Estate Radio is a show designed to give Southern California a focal point for their real estate knowledge, as well as a place to go just in case they might need anything real estate related.
So how are you helping people?
That's actually pretty simple. People need advice. So it really doesn't matter who you are. If you have any real estate questions, we're here to help. Whether you're buying a home, selling, you're experiencing a loan modification, short sale, foreclosure, there are a lot of things going on in this marketplace.
How can people get a hold of you?
Real easy. All you have to do is call. The number is 1-800-306-1990. Press option 1.
Interesting times in the market right now. Where do you think the markets are going from here?
That's a big question. All I can say to do is one family at a time. So the best thing that anyone can do is access the free advice that we really want to give you. And to do that, you simply need to call me. The number is 1-800-306-1990, option 1. I'd really love to help.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564, SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. 3 must-dos when selling your house this year. Exciting time to put your house on the market and to think about making memories in new spaces. However, despite the anticipation of what's to come, we can still have deep sentimental attachments to the home we're leaving behind. Growing emotions can help or hinder a sale depending on how we manage them. When it comes to the bottom line, homeowners need to know what it takes to avoid costly mistakes when it is time to move. Be mindful and prepared for the process can help you stay on track, on the right track when selling your house this year. Number 1, price your home right. When inventory is low, like it is in the current market, it's common to think buyers will pay whatever we ask when setting a listing price. Believe it or not, that's not always true. Don't forget that the buyer's bank will send an appraiser to determine the fair value for your house. The bank will not lend more than what the house is worth, so be aware that you might need to renegotiate the price after the appraisal. A real estate professional will help you set the true value of your home. Number 2, keep your emotions in check. That's the toughest one, I think, when you're looking at some of these issues, is keeping your emotions in check. That's why real estate professionals are a big benefit to you. Today's homeowners are living in their houses for a longer period of time. Since 1985, the average tenure of the time a homeowner has owned their home has increased from 5 to 10 years. And if you're watching again us on any of our social channels or on ronsiegelradio.tv, you're going to see that today's home, the chart there showing that today's homeowners are staying in their homes for an average of 10 years. Now, back in the 80s, it used to be 5 or 6 years. The 90s, it was about 6 years. All the way up until the Great Recession, 2008, we were 6 years. Then we started creeping up, 7 years, then 8 years, 9 years. Now for the last couple of years, we've been looking at staying in our homes for 10 years. Several years longer than what used to be historically. The side effect, however, is when you stay in one place for so long, you get even more emotionally attached to your space. If it's the first home you bought or the house where your children grew up, it very likely means something extra special to you. Every room has memories, and it's hard to detach from the sentimental value. For some homeowners, that makes it even harder to negotiate and separate the emotional value of the house from the fair market price. That's why you need a real estate professional to help you with the negotiations along the way. Number 3, stage your home properly. Generally quite proud of our decor and how we've customized our houses to make them our own unique homes, but not all buyers will feel the same way about your design. That's why it's so important to make sure you stage your house with the buyer in mind. Buyers want to envision themselves in the space so it truly feels like their own. And it could be their own. They need to see themselves inside with their furniture and keepsakes, not your pictures and decorations. Stage and declutter so they can visualize their own dreams as they walk down the hall. A real estate professional can help you with tips to get your home ready to stage and sell. Bottom line, today's seller's market might be your best chance to make a move. If you're considering selling your house, hey, let's chat about it. See how we might be able to help you, get you the information you need to make the best decision possible. That is the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. That digest, it's going to tell you exactly what the county recorder knows about your property. It's going to tell you exactly what the market believes about your property. And best of all, totally free. That means one of my favorite words, right? No cost to you. We offer that as a service from your friends here at Ron Siegel Radio. We'd love to give you these free tools, tips, tricks, things that you can actually use to make things better for you and your family. Again, that's just one of those from your friends here at Ron Siegel Radio. So let's get back to our conversation from a little bit ago. We were chatting about the different ideas here and keeping yourself involved in the plans for that New Year's resolutions, credit empowerment. We want to talk a little bit about that. So let's see where we can get this journey going for you. So we got a little bit sidetracked. I kind of do that every now and again as we talk to you about the idea to be informed. So we want you to check your FICO scores and the reports. You can conveniently review and monitor your FICO scores alongside your credit reports through, again, myfico.com. That's the website I use. Seeing your reports and scores side by side can help you discover how the different information on your credit report affects your FICO scores. Thanks to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, your free credit reports are available to claim once every 12 months from all 3 credit bureaus. Now, be aware that you can claim free weekly reports through April 2021 in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Those reports are available at annualcreditreport.com, or you can mail to Annual Credit Report. You can get that information off of the internet. Second, resolve to correct reporting errors. Now, I've been looking at credit reports for many decades, and I will tell you this, I have yet to see a credit report that is completely accurate. Never, ever seen one. Never. And I've looked at hundreds, maybe thousands of credit reports. I've never, ever seen a credit report that is completely accurate. Don't think yours is either. Once you download your 3 reports, you should take the time to go over them in detail. Be on the lookout for any problems like accounts that don't belong to you, negative information that's been on your credit report for too long, or account details that just don't look right. Negative information on a credit report, especially if it's incorrect, has the potential to damage your credit score. Now, there's a lot of things on a credit report that many people don't know to look for. Yeah, I get it. You're going to look for your address and you're going to look for your date of birth. You're going to look for your name. I can tell you that I've been trying for a long time on my own credit report to get my name corrected because they've got me down as the 4th, and I don't know about anybody before me. So what they did is they took part of my middle name and broke it out and put it down as me being the 4th. So try and correct that. Correct the addresses that you've lived in. Get rid of any of the old ones. Get rid of any of the aliases that they have. They may show your name incorrectly. They may show that your spouse's name or partner's name is incorrect. Correct all of that. Get it corrected. Look at your trade lines. Make sure those are correct. Now, be aware that there is, according to the law, and I'm not a lawyer and I'm not giving you legal advice, but according to the law, as I understand it, nothing is required to be on your credit report. However, anything that is on your credit report must be complete. It must be accurate, and it must be verifiable. All 3. If it is not complete, if it is not accurate, and if it's not verifiable, it must be removed. So those would be errors on your report. Now, a lot of credit card companies, they want to put a abbreviated credit card number on there. Well, that is an error. Correct it or remove it. Get the picture? A lot of medical issues, right? And in some versions of FICO, They don't count the medical issues toward your score, but some they do. But medical issues, get it corrected or get it removed. How did that collection company get your personal information without breaking any HIPAA violations? I wonder how that could have been. Or was it? So check on those. The credit card that's only reporting for 12 periods, but you've had it for 10 years. Not accurate. Correct it. Because if you've had it for 10 years, that's going to help in your length of credit. And depending upon your pay history, it may help in your pay history. The two of those combined, 65% of your credit score. So make sure that they're accurate. Make sure that they're complete. If there's something that you see that's incorrect on there, confirm it. Make sure that it's being correctly reported. And I'm not going out and saying that to go with that bogus claim that it's not mine. Nothing wrong with asking for something to be verified, to make sure that it is yours if you don't remember it, or if it's not complete, or you don't remember why it could be there, or you thought you paid it. Just ask for proof of payment or proof of obligation. Sometimes they won't do it, so it comes off your report. If it comes off your report and it was negative, it might help your scores. Just throw that out there for your consideration. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, more New Year's resolutions for credit empowerment. And yes, my SoCal lender has a featured home for us. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And again, if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Our house in the middle of our streets.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today, Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL-BRE number 018694552.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at RonIsMyLender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. RonIsMyLender.com.
Do you believe Southern California real estate is a great investment? Are you a little short to be a cash investor? Are you missing the Social Security card or tax returns? The Siegel Lending Team has the loans for you. Common Sense Lending is back. Yes, there's a cost to higher risk, but the reward can be great. Call today for details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 217037 and DRE number 1869452.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by MySoCalLender.com. MySoCalLender.com. They've got the information for you. All you need to do, check out the site. They've got it there. 23 Whitehead in Irvine, brought to you by Melinda Johnson. That is the featured home today. 2 bedrooms, 2 full and a half bath, and a 3/4 bath. Rarely available Seaport Collection detached home with a remodeled kitchen and features quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, recessed lighting. The gourmet kitchen opens to the family room that is accented by a barn door and a slider that floods the room with light, natural light even, and leads out to the private courtyard, just perfect for dining al fresco with friends and family. All that can be yours if the price is right. Listed at $899,000 by Melinda Johnson. Put 10% down. Your principal and interest payment, $33.56.90. Put 20% down. Your principal and interest, $29.83.91. And if you put 25% down, your principal and interest payment could be $2620.49. For those of you keeping score at home, that APR would be 3.085, 2.922, and 2.578. NMLS 217037. Those are all 30-year fixed rate loans. So think about that. What are you paying for rent? Yeah, I know you've got HOA dues to add to it, and you've got property taxes to add to that, insurance, all those good things. But I'm just suggesting to you that, something you might want to look at at homes like this. Because property values, you hear about it being a tight market. What are you going to do? Think on a 30-year fixed rate loan, I can promise you that your payment will not increase. But on a rent, do you think that promise could be made? I don't think so. Now, interest rates are strong right now. And if you're looking for a new home, this would be a property that's based on your particular situation. So take a look at it. Again, it is 23 Whitehead in Irvine. And for more information on the property, Melinda Johnson is the contact. Give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'd be more than happy to put you in touch with Melinda. Great agent. Highly recommended. Jay Kaplan's with us today. I'm glad to see Jay is with us. Happy New Year, Jay. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's get back to our conversation because I would like to see if maybe I can get the rest of this in if I don't get sidetracked too much. I'm talking about New Year's resolutions for credit empowerment. So we already talked in depth about being informed, number 1, correcting the credit report, number 2, number 3, resolve to pay on time. There are many factors on your credit reports which can influence your FICO scores, but the information has to do with your payment history is the most important. Payment history affects 1/3 of your FICO score. Actually, 35% to be precise. One way to set yourself up for credit success is to make a habit of paying your bills on time. This should be the easiest one, right? Because basically, if you have credit card balances, if you use credit cards, you have a good idea of what your minimum payments are going to be every month. Is it $50, $35, $40, $70, whatever that number might be? Go in and set up a minimum payment of a little more than that, $50 or $100, I recommend, for every month to arrive at your credit card company like a day or so before the payment due date. That way you don't have to remember it. That way you've always made that payment, and you're not having late payments. Now, we've talked to you about strategies for how to improve your score just by getting multiple cards, putting all your utilities on there, but we'll talk about that later. Number 4, resolve to tackle your credit card debt. The debts you owe can often have a significant impact on your FICO scores, especially credit card debt. Credit utilization, defined as the percentage of your available credit card limits in use when your score is calculated, is an important factor that scoring models consider when evaluating your credit risk. When your credit card limits are close to maxed out, your credit utilization will be high. This could hurt your scores. As a rule of thumb, you should aim to keep your credit card balances low. If you can pay your full statement balance off each month, you may protect your credit scores and will likely avoid paying expensive interest costs as a bonus. But if you have a lot of debt and can't afford to pay it all off at once, even small steps toward reducing your credit card balances and hopefully your credit utilization rates might benefit you. It's worth mentioning that the credit card balance that appears on your credit report may be different than your credit account balance. Many credit card issuers only update your account information with the credit bureaus once a month. Often, though not always, it's the account balance from your last statement that appears on your report. So if you're trying to lower your credit utilization, it might be helpful to pay down your credit card balance before the statement closing date. Number 5, resolve to shop around for the best credit. Make sure you're shopping around to get the best deal based on your FICO score. Your FICO scores changes. There's a chance you might qualify for financing and services that were out of reach for you in the past. For example, if your FICO score moves from a fair rating to a good rating, you might be able to qualify for loans or credit cards that you were not eligible for previously. A different FICO score might help you qualify for housing leases and other perks. And don't forget that changes in your credit can impact interest rates and insurance premiums. If you want to see how much higher a FICO score might save you, you can go to myfico.com, look at the loan savings calculator. Again, that's a free tool. Highly recommended. Again, that's just some of the New Year's resolutions that I'm going to recommend for you. Take a look at them. Are they right for everybody? No. Are they right for many people? Yes. And will they save you money if you implement? That's the big word right there, is implementation. So many people, they look at these things, I tell it to them all the time, they don't go and implement. And being that I've got a few minutes to share with you, I'm going to share the strategy that I use with our private clients to help them get their credit scores up. Sometimes it'll take 3 to 6 months. You might see an immediate dip in your credit score because of following this strategy. Sometimes that happens. So here's what you do is I recommend go and get credit cards, a separate credit card for every single utility you have. That would be your cell phone bill, maybe your home phone bill, your electric bill, your gas bill, all of them. So once you do that, then you're going to pay those. You're going to pay those automatically for a new credit card you get for every one of them. So say you've got a gas bill, an electric bill, a cell bill, and a internet bill. 4. Pretty simple. 4 different utilities. Get 4 credit cards, especially if you don't have any right now, or if the ones you have are less than desirable. Get 4. Put each bill on auto pay. Now, at the end of every period, you're going to know, when your electric bill is due. Everybody knows roughly when it's due, right? So you're going to take and put your credit card bill on auto pay. or the utilities. Let's go with your cellular bill. Mine's due, I think, on the first of the month. So I put it on a credit card, have it automatically paid the first of the month. Well, I know roughly what it is. So on the second or third of the month, I have an automatic payment go from my checking account to my credit card. So now I've got a bill that's been made. I've got a payment that's been made. Since no extra works, I was going to make a payment to my cell phone company anyway, right? So it's pretty simple. Now all I have to do is continue that on a regular basis, and my scores automatically continue to go up. Why? Because my utilization is at next to nothing when the statement comes out. I'm continually using it, and every single month it gets a little bit older, right? So I told you that the length of the history is 35% of the score. Utilization is 30% of your score. That's 65% that's improving every single month. Just throw that out there for you, just so you can watch it for yourself. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. Yeah, we'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
On my knees, oh, I beg and please, singing.